Welcome to the music news for the streets. I'm your anchorman, SumnSumnSumn. Hit the keys. And in today's newscast, I have an absolute banger for y'all. I've got 7 freebies. I've got a native instrument library that I missed, and I've got some deals that you might not want to miss out on. But our top story today, this one comes from iZotope. It looks like iZotope and Plugin Boutique are offering Tonal Balance 2 control for free until the 26th of this month. So it is a limited time. I recommend getting over there and grabbing this thing. When you open up Total Balance Control, it is going to look like this. And this is basically for your mixes and your masters. So this gives you an idea of where your low should sit, your low mid should sit, your high mid should sit, and then your high should sit. You can look at it broad or you can look at it fine. You've got different genres in which you can go through too, which it moves the frequencies. So it allows you to know basically which genre that you're using. Boom, you see how all these are moving. So we started off with hip hop on this one. I've got a little track. What you ideally want is that you want these lines to all sit in the green area. And that means green means go. You can look at it fine too like this, or you can look at it broad. So I've got a little track queued up just so that we can check this thing out real quick. Let me go ahead and just take it to almost the vocals. Ideally, you want to look at this in the loudest space. So as you see when the beat's playing, everything's going to kind of sit in the green. Check, yo. A practice makes for perfect, imperfection's what I'm shooting for. A very bad man, won your section out here rooting for. Only focus on my squad, no need in disputing yours. If they want to go to wars. So you'll notice how all the lines are kind of sitting in the green. That means the mix is at least decent based off of the algorithm that they have for this plugin. You can also look at this in this fine tune too, and it'll get you a little more fine tune. Practice makes for perfect, imperfection's what I'm shooting for. A very bad man, won your section out here rooting for. Only focus on my squad, no need in disputing yours. If they want to go to war, suggest they start recruiting more. They claiming that they nuclear. Now, what's also cool about this plugin is if you have other iZotope plugins, you can kind of dial them in here too. So like, let's say I pop this EQ up. Now you see I have this EQ here, and this EQ is on my vocal, and it'll allow me to edit my EQ here if I wanted to, which is pretty cool. But you have other plugins too. You can put here like your exciter or whatever it is, and it'll just take it off that track, and then you can edit it here. So watch. Practice makes for perfect, imperfection's what I'm shooting for. A very bad man, won your section out here rooting for. Only focus on my squad, no need in disputing yours. If they want to go to war, suggest they start recruiting more. They claiming that they nuclear, nothing like flames of Lucifer. Don't question executioners, plus a free. So you can just hear the EQ working on the voice, and it just lets you know that you can actually do some editing with this too, because you can have this on the master track, and then this is this EQ, which is a free EQ that iZotope offers. I have this EQ just on the vocal. So it's just solely on this vocal. So like when I pull this back up, you see the change that I made. So if I pull this down, right? Now we come back over here into our master and we look at our tonal balance control. You see how it fixed that? But like, let's say I was to add a bunch of more curves and stuff now. I'm just adding this to show you guys. And I close this down and I come back over here to this EQ. Boom, you see how it linked all that up together. This EQ is free, so I would recommend grabbing this too. But this tonal balance too is a fire plugin for you to be able to have something to look at to see if your mix is good, not just listening to it, you know? So definitely one I'd recommend checking out. And up next, the second story I have for you guys today is another freebie. It looks like Air Technologies is offering multi-band filter bank for free again for a limited time only. So let's go ahead and check this out. So I've covered this before in the past when it came out and they offered it for free. I'm not going to go into a full demo on this, but this is just basically a multi-band filter, which is pretty solid because you can control whatever bands you want on this filter. So I have this little loop put together. It's not even close to a finished beat. It's just kind of something I was working on. It sounds like this. All right. Now with this filter, I can throw this Air multi-band filter bank on there and I can get it to sound like this. So you hear how the filter bank is adding a bunch of bass in there, and it's just a filter, you know? But you got a bunch of different presets in here that you can use. You got rhythmic stuff that you can go through. But again, I can't stress what makes this dope is that you get to control, you know what I'm saying, each one of these bands. Which makes this pretty tight because you can dial in the sound that you want really fast. You can turn off whatever banks you want to turn off. You know what I'm saying? Just a pretty solid tool. Again, I've used this more in depth in the past, but I would definitely recommend grabbing this if you haven't grabbed it already. It's a freebie. It's only going to be free for a limited amount of time. It is a very fire filter. You can do a whole lot with this, more than I'm displaying in this video. But again, I've already covered this. So I just wanted to let y'all know that it is free again. And up next, it looks like Fender just dropped a brand new free DAW for us called Fender Studio. Let's go ahead and take a look here at this story. So as you see here, Fender releases Fender Studio, a free 8-track DAW for mobile and desktop. So this is good for mobile and desktop. I will tell you guys though that it does not have any kind of MIDI in there. So you're not going to be able to paint your notes in. This is like a DAW that's created for recording audio. So that's why I didn't really download this, because I wasn't going to horribly play the guitar for you guys, and you guys can crack jokes if you want to. But so as we look here at the story, Fender Studio is a fully audio designed DAW, so you won't find any MIDI support or virtual instrument sequencing. Also, third-party plugin support is off the table. But what you get is a focused, streamlined audio recording environment with a clean layout and zero learning curve. I'm pretty sure that even a complete beginner could pick up this and start recording in a matter of minutes. So it says here, the app comes with the same team that developed Studio One, and you can see that the two digital audio workstations share the same DNA. If you look at my screenshot above, you'll notice that the default color scheme is virtually the same as in S1. So yeah, guys, Fender Studio is out there if you're interested in it. Maybe I'll check it out at some point. Maybe I'll record some music with some of these instruments and check out the DAW and see how easy it is. Maybe we'll make a video making a beat in Fender or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But it's out there. As to me, this seems like this is more geared up towards like guitar players and people who are going to be using their pedals, because it doesn't have any third-party effects. So since it doesn't have third-party effects and it doesn't have any virtual instruments, none of that other stuff, they're probably expecting you to run everything through your pedals, and that's how you get your effects into the DAW. Or they just have effects that are just basically stock plugins. So worth checking out if you know what I'm saying, you're a player. You only need 8 tracks. It's there for you. All right, guys, it looks like Native Instruments dropped a library last month that I missed out on called Crosstalk Modular. Let's go ahead and take a look here at this story. So Crosstalk Modular costs $99. They call it a next generation modular systems, a new approach to modular sound, no expert knowledge needed, unique crosstalk layering and processing features with new Contact 8 effects and filters, and it's including over 12 gigabytes of modular samples with 223 effects. So let's go ahead, hop back into FL Studio, check this thing out a little bit more. So as you see here, I have Crosstalk Modular pulled up in Contact right here. So this is what it's going to look like in all its glory. Sounds kind of like all right, and so as you're looking at this thing, it's going to have 4 different layers, just similar to a lot of the Play Series stuff. I could turn on some more layers if I wanted to, or I could turn them up, and we can get that same sound. Right? So it's got some good sounds in here. All these melodic sounds that you were hearing on this little loop all came from that. So all those sounds came from Crosstalk Modular. But when we pull this thing back open again for a little bit, let's go ahead and check out some of these presets in this thing. I guess before we go to the presets, let's go through some of the functionality. So as you see here, this is the main screen. You know, you can hit this right here and you can change it, randomize the sound. Next to that, you're going to have the mixer. The mixer, you can control pan, reverb, and delay right here. And then you can add other effects down here too as well. In the edit screen, you have 4 different channels down here at the bottom. So each one of these channels, when you click through it, it's going to have different controls. You got your transpose, the sample start, cutoff, resonance, all that stuff. Your ADSR is going to be over here. Then you have FM controls right here. So it looks like you have an oscillator FM, filter FM, and an amplifier FM. And then you have your different waveforms over here. And then you have some more ADSR you can control over here. And then you have your crosstalk right here. So kind of detailed for a contact library in my personal opinion. But let's go ahead and see if we can find some presets that we like and just let you guys hear what they sound like. Fire sounds. Yeah, in my opinion, some fire sounds, some stuff that you could use for cinematic music or dramas or film scoring or anything like that. Just some good sounds in here. I mean, I recommend checking out. I rock with this thing. I kind of was messing with this beat that I made. And up next, I've got another freebie for you guys today. This one comes from Fractured Sounds. It's part of their Blueprint series, and it's called Blueprint Electric Strings. Let's check this thing out. As we open this thing up, it's going to sound something like... Definitely has a very good sound. You'll see here you've got multiple different layers, and what I like about this too is you can go up and down an octave. So like, let's say you hear this sound. Now I drop that bad boy down an octave. Very fire. As you see here, you get different controls over attack, release. You got a sub, you got your low pass, your high pass filter. We can add lo-fi to this thing. So obviously, as you guys can see there, we get control over hiss, mechanical, speakers, all that other stuff. Pretty fire. And then with this too as well, you're going to get a bunch of different presets. You also have layers down here too that you can add. Check out some more presets. Yeah, fam, this is a fire string plugin. This is another one I'd recommend. I told y'all today's video, I got some bangers in here. This is definitely a very solid string plugin, one I would recommend, especially with all the presets, all the different layers and stuff that you can go through. You know what I'm saying? You can have 4 different layers. You can do a whole bunch. So if you need some strings, bam, Gotcha. All right, guys, up next is the 5th freebie that I have for you guys today. This freebie is an absolute banger. We're going to look at this GUI and you're going to scratch your head, but this thing's actually pretty fire. It's called Manifold. So when you open up Manifold, it's going to look like this. This is basically a relooper and a delay plugin. So I have this piano playing right here. I just picked some basic notes just so it would be easy to hear what it's doing. Now, if I throw this manifold on though, this thing sounds like. Okay. So now with this, we can turn the mix up. We can turn all this stuff up and get this stuff to sound kind of crazy. Let's go. And you can hear how we're getting all those extra particles, all that other stuff. Super fire. This is a solid plugin. This is a really, really good looper for me. So just think if you were playing more notes, like, let me pull up this piano real quick. And so like, let's say I would start to play chords and stuff like that. You know, so you can get some cool sounds out of that too. So this is a pretty fire plugin too. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I would definitely recommend picking this up. Again, it's free and you can do some looping and some delay stuff that you might not be able to do with just your typical delay plugin. All right, guys, the 6th freebie that I have for you guys today, this is called Time 12, and it is kind of like an emulation of like halftime or like gross beat, more like gross beat. So let's go ahead and check this thing out. So when you open it up, it is going to look like this. Again, this is what that little melody sounded like. Now, what Time 2 allows you to do is a lot of like halftime type stuff. So you can do like halftime, you can do the stutters, the mixing, the chopping up. It allows you to do all the stuff like you would be able to do in gross beat. So when I throw this design on there, it's going to sound like. So, you know, it changes up that sound just like halftime. You can go to different patterns and stuff too. So I'm just playing different patterns just so you guys can, you know, obviously, you know, it's like gross beat. So. Right. So clearly you can obviously do that. You also can do like the mixing, the halftime, all that stuff. I'm not going to get too detailed into this because it's just like gross beat. So just, you know, there's plenty of videos on this type of plugin out there. So it gives you all that stuff. It gives you the mixes, it gives you the scratches, it gives you the halftime, it gives you the chop, the beat repeater, all that stuff. If you don't have gross beat or shaper box or anything like that, there you go. All right, guys, I got another freebie for you. This is the 7th freebie for you guys today. It looks like Charlton has updated to version 3.3. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the story. So as you see here, Charlton looks like this. I'm not sure if it's Carlton, Charlton, Charlemagne. You know, I'm not sure if it's any of that stuff, but this is basically the newest version. The last version, I believe, was red. I did cover that last year. But this is for PC only. So I couldn't download it and test it out. Otherwise I would have, because I think this is a good synthesizer. So as you see here, never miss an inspiring moment. Charlatan is a virtual analyzer synthesizer with a focus on sound quality and usability. Some of the feature summary has 2 dual oscillators per voice with custom drawable waveforms, cross modulation, up to 7 unison voices per oscillator, 2 filters per voice, flexible filter routing, 4 modulation generators with freely drawable shapes, 4 modulated transformers, arbitrary routing of modulation signals via drag and drop, high quality master FX section, low CPU, so on and so forth. So Charlatan, it's a solid synth. It's been solid for like a decade now. They just updated, add some more, make the GUI look prettier, add some more presets, you know what I'm saying? But this is a solid synthesizer. If you don't have a synthesizer, you need a free one, go get Charlemagne. All right, guys, and last but not least, it looks like Native Instruments is offering their Summer of Sound deals right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these deals. So as you see here, you've got up to 50% off of Complete. You've got up to 90% off of NI Classics. You got $99 bundle deals. You got keyboard deals. You got a whole bunch of deals with this. Over here with Complete, all this might change depending on what your update plan is and all that too as well. Don't have those answers for you. But as you see here, if you're going to update to 15 Collector's Edition, the update is just, $249.50. And if you look at the full version, instead of $17.99, it's $11.99. This is the version that I have. I love it. I'm not going to hold y'all. As you see here, Ultimate Edition is $400 off, or you can get it for half off if you're updating. And then you see here with Standard is going to be $200 off for you, and it is $99.50 or half off for the update. And then when you're looking here through some of the select bands, you know what I'm saying? So they got like the band, the beats, and electronic. These are on sale for half off right now for only $50. You can't beat that. You also have some of these bestsellers that are on sale right now. So as we look here, you'll see here Tractor is $50 off. Contact is $100 off. Guitar Rig Pro was $100 off. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is on sale. So you're going to get some good deals here too if you want to come over here and check some of these out. The up to 90% off the NI Classics would be here. So the Symphony series is normally $999. You can currently get that for just $99. The Session Horns is half off for $149. This is honestly my favorite library in all of Contact is this Session Guitarist Electric Sunburst. This is the guitar you guys hear on most of the beats that I put together for you guys. It is half off right now. Massive is on sale for $24.75 instead of $99. So, you can come through here and look. There are some fire deals in here just waiting for you if you're interested, You can get FM8 for $24.75, Alicia Keys for $39.99. Session Guitarist for $39.60. Just some really solid deals here. And then they also have keyboard deals. So if you're looking for a board or whatever the case is, you can look into some of these deals with like Complete 15 Ultimate and this keyboard. The keyboard gets you 50% off of Ultimate. You know what I'm saying? Or it gets you 50% off this Standard, or it's going to get you 50% off this Standard. So if you're interested in some deals, Native Instruments has them right now. Normally they do Sound of Summer, and then they do like another wintertime deal, and that's kind of what you get for 50% off or whatever, these kind of deals. So now might be the time to check in it. But that's what I got for you in today's newscast. Hopefully I could help you guys out. Some of these freebies were absolutely bangers today. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the key.